love story to the not-so-fairy tale ending of a housewife's marriage. We are tackling some of the biggest headlines in Hollywood.
Joining us now to bring us the latest on these stories and much more, please welcome Carlos Greer from People Magazine and former New York housewife. It's like you're not a former housewife. She's still a housewife who lives in New York, but was once, you know, she is the insider of all insiders, Jill Zarin.
I want to start with you, Taylor Swift.
My favorite thing. This is my favorite thing.
Taylor Swift, Connor Kennedy. They already have a nickname.
Taylor Swift and Connor Kennedy.
Otherwise known as Taco.
Great. It's the best.
Tell me about this unlikely relationship and how it came to be. I love who the reported matchmaker is.
Well, you know what's so funny? At the beginning of the summer, she was photographed with Patrick Schwarzenegger, and everyone thought that she was dating Patrick Schwarzenegger, but she's dating Connor Kennedy. And his Aunt Rory, she actually told ABC News, she told you guys, they're very fond of Taylor. They love Taylor, and Taylor's really smitten with the Kennedy family. She's inspired by Jackie O. She's been dressing like her this summer, and they've been out and about in Cape Cod, having pizza dates, getting very, very cozy.
So she's sort of living at the compound.
That's how it appears. That she's hanging out with the Kennedys in Cape Cod.
How old are the two kids here?
Well, Connor, he's 18 years old, and Taylor, she's about, what, 20 now? 19, 20?
Wow. I think, 21?
18-year-old with connections. That's a way to live.
But the interesting thing is that they reportedly were put together by none other than the matriarch, Ethel Kennedy.
Ethel Kennedy. Taylor is a huge fan of Ethel Kennedy, and Rory, his Aunt Rory, she told ABC News that Taylor, she is fond of her mother and Connor's grandmother, and they love Taylor. They've been to her concerts, and they met at Sundance, and she's reportedly hooked them up.
Taylor walked Ethel Kennedy, you can see the video, walked her down the red carpet at Sundance, that HBO documentary, beautiful film about Ethel's life. Ethel fell in love with her. She put the two together, 4th of July.
You will love my grandson.
Yes, and Taco was born.
That's awesome. That's awesome. May Taco have a long life.
American Idol judge Mariah Carey honored over the weekend for her work with the arts at a Russell Simmons event in the Hamptons, and of course she was there. Jill Zarin, front row and center with all the details. Do tell.
I was. Well, first of all, who doesn't love Mariah Carey? I mean, everybody, right? Everyone. I mean, she is just the queen, and she is hotter than hot right now. She showed up at Russell Simmons' event looking magnificent. The color theme was bright, and she did not disappoint. She wore bright fuchsia. I think she's a bit shy. She didn't want to have like the big camera on her, but she came up there with her husband, and Nick introduced her, and he gave her the nicest shout out and said to everybody, "You should thank me because I got her here on time." And everybody applauded. So, you know, it was just a beautiful moment. It was great for the charity. And then afterwards, she went to go shoot a video, I believe, that night. You know, a lot of these musicians work at night. They do these videos at night. I don't think people realize it, that like they wake up when we're going to sleep.
Yeah, and then they come in and do Good Morning America. And hey, what's the problem? Doesn't everybody get up at 4 a.m.? They still look good. Some drama unfolding on screen for a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills. Adrienne Maloof, business mogul. Her plastic surgeon husband, Paul Nassif, filing for separation on Monday. And Jill, you know, we see this and this increasingly common occurrence with couples. I give you a lot of credit. You expose your life and your marriage. You open everything up to cameras. What can you tell us, though, about this?
Well, I have a lot of mixed feelings about it. First of all, my heart goes out to them and their family and their loved ones. I was actually surprised to a certain extent. Watching the show, though, I did see a lot of this bickering going on and passive-aggressive behavior. So when I heard about it, I wasn't that surprised. But it seems that there is, I don't know if it's the curse of the housewives, but there's at least 12 current divorces that have happened since women have gotten on the show.
Don't you think the so-called curse is just putting yourself in that position and exposing your life and having to do it all, relive your fights and reruns?
Maybe. Or is it that the women who seek out to do these shows have something going on in their marriages and in their lives, that they're seeking out this kind of fame and fortune to give them the freedom to leave? Maybe they weren't happy to begin with. Maybe they did the show as an escape.
Carlos,
so I think it depends.
Well, you know what? Actually, a source told People that the show was what broke the camel's back, actually, because he was seeking fame, and they were very competitive. You saw them on the show. They were bickering and very competitive, and the show was pretty much what did them in, because he was so competitive. He was seeking fame from the show. She has her
I saw them 2 weeks ago. They were in New York promoting a new line of skincare, and you know, they weren't talking to each other. I mean, you actually saw the symptoms of it a few weeks ago in New York. Yet she was here promoting it. He's opening up an office in New York. So,
All right.
We wish him the best. Carlos, Jill, phenomenal.